Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. Today we are talking about the new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Libra. This is happening on the 2nd of October of 2024, and this will be an eclipse happening at 10 degrees of Libra, so it does have an association with Capricorn, and we do have some Saturn aspects here as well with this eclipse, but we'll talk about those. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the overall collective energy for this eclipse, and then we will pull cards for your individual sign. Make sure that you do watch your sun, moon, and rising sign. It's going to be important to get the big picture, but I'll put timestamps down below, and I will be posting this video in both the long form with all the signs timestamped down below, and I will also be posting it just cut up individually just for yours. So if you want to just see everything all in one place, I'll put the link to the big long video down below. Sometimes the shorter ones just helps you find it a little bit better. So October 2nd, 11:49 a.m. Pacific time. Adjust your calendar, adjust your clock for whatever time this is going to hit your personal time zone. And this is the 10th degree of Libra. So it does have associations with Capricorn energy, and we do right now have Pluto in Capricorn. So we'll talk about that one in a minute. This Libran eclipse is the last one we're going to have until 2033. Of course, we're going to have other eclipses, but not in Libra. So this is a very important eclipse to wrap things up, and which is a little bit contradictory because new moon eclipses, solar eclipses, are about new beginnings, a fresh start, making moves, right? But this one does have a link to the past. It's a south node eclipse. It has a link to our past lives, but also it's karmic. It also has links to past eclipses, especially the Libran eclipse, the solar eclipse that we had in the fall of 2023, so exactly a year ago. This can be where there's been something going on internally or externally, especially with relationships, where something has been playing out over the course of a year. And you might be making a very, very important decision at this time. Do we fix? Do we heal something? Do I want to move forward with this? Do I want this to blossom and grow, or am I done? Right? Some of you could be having breakups and shakeups at this time. And it can come about what seems to some people like being like quite suddenly, but for you, it might not actually be quite sudden. It may have been brewing for some time. So look back to the solar eclipse in Libra we had last year at this time and see what was going on. What have you been doing for the last year, and what is wrapping up now? Or of course, what are you breaking away from? Eclipses, of course, do bring sudden changes. They do bring surprises. They bring fated events. They bring the unexpected, and they can certainly bring endings and beginnings. And of course, we're in eclipse season. We've had our lunar eclipse already, September 17th. I'll put that video down below as well in case you haven't seen it. But that was in Pisces, and it was very intense, very emotional. And you're probably still feeling the energy, the after effects of that, right? And eclipse energy does last for about 6 months or so, can sometimes last a little bit longer if it's a bigger theme in your life, and sometimes things can last a little bit shorter, just depends what you've got going on. But this solar eclipse is like a new moon on steroids, so it is very strong, very powerful energy. So we do want to think about what we are leaving behind, or what we're willing to change, or what has to change so that we can restore balance and harmony in our lives. This eclipse does bring about Libran themes. And of course, Libra is ruled by Venus. So love and romance and the things that make us feel good. Venus energy brings us new beginnings. It can bring blossoming abundance in our lives. And it can also be where we do take pleasure in things, right? But Libra energy is relationship based. And so this is an eclipse where you're going to be looking at all the relationships in your life. The relationship you have with yourself, with your pets, with your family, with your friends, with your romantic partners, and also relationships from your past. Eclipses can bring things out of the woodwork, and they can bring things from your past. So you could have a friend pop in out of the blue. I've had three that people that I haven't seen or talked to since I was probably about like 13 years old, a very long time ago. And all of a sudden they're popping up out of the woodwork. I'm like, hey, how's it going? Right. So, it's very interesting what can come back into your life. Now, of course, yes, it can also bring about old romantic partners and things like that as well. But of course, it can sometimes be a second chance because maybe you missed an opportunity previously or the timing wasn't right or something. It can also be if someone's coming back in your life that maybe it's for that final closure that you need so you can finally break free once and for all and move forward and get on with your life, right? But it can bring second chances, right? So we can have some interesting things going on. Expect the unexpected when we've got eclipses, but change and transformation is the order of the day. This eclipse is going to be conjunct Mercury. So very communicative energy, very talkative energy. You might have a lot of big ideas going on. October 1st, so the day before we have this eclipse, we have a Mercury cazimi. And a cazimi is when the planet is so close to the sun, it's like in the heart of the sun. But what this does is it brings us information. We can have downloads coming in, like spiritual downloads coming in. We can have a revelation. We can have some information. You might stumble across some key piece of information that's like, whoa, mind-blowing. Someone might reveal something to you, right? You could, again, have like a huge idea that, oh my goodness, why didn't I think about this before? So something there can certainly go on October 1st, October 2nd. So something quite interesting for a lot of people, or maybe it's just a key piece of information that you need to make an important decision in your life, but certainly some spiritual energy that's going on there as well. We do have to very quickly touch on the retrogrades that are happening around this eclipse. Very important. All right. We do have October 5th. Mars enters shadow period. So it's preparing to go retrograde. It's not full retrograde until December 6th, but when Mars goes into shadow, this is bringing in retrograde energy. So October 5th, if you are an Aries, okay, this is going to very much impact you. Mars is your chart ruler. So you might find that you are slowing down a little bit. You might find that you're reflecting on things a little bit more. You may find that you have a little bit more control over situations rather than being impulsive and fiery. So it could be like kind of a very tempering energy there for you for that. But Mars will be in retrograde fully December 6th up to February 23rd. Keep an eye on February 2025. It's going to be a big deal, okay? Same thing with going into next eclipse season in the spring. There's going to be a lot of things that are connected to this eclipse. So you could have some recurring themes. You could have some things that come up multiple times. And you could, of course, have more than one opportunity, right? But you could be hitting some milestones here also. So it's very interesting energy that we've got going on. But February 2025 is going to be very interesting. And when Mars is retrograde, it starts in Leo and finishes in the sign of Cancer. So it does do like kind of a little bit of a traveling effect there. But there could be something that starts and something that ends, or it could be something that maybe you put on hold and then you pick it back up again. October 9th, we have Jupiter going retrograde. All right. And Jupiter will be retrograde until February 4th. So if you are ruled by Jupiter, so Sagittarius and Pisces, because Jupiter is your traditional ruler, you might be feeling these effects more than other people. We're all gonna feel it, but you guys are gonna feel it a little bit more. And so right up until February 4th, you might feel that instead of expanding, you're restricting. You might feel that something that is kind of been moving forward quite steadily kind of all of a sudden slows down a little bit. And it's not a bad thing. It's just that it could be a pause for a reason, like a pause for the cause. It could be that maybe it's so that you can pay more attention to detail with something, right? It could be that, quite often when the universe slows us down a little bit, it's to protect us from something, right? So, take the retrograde time and the slowdown and some energy to use it to your advantage. October 11th, Pluto goes direct. All right. And Pluto is retrograde right now in the sign of Capricorn. It's at the anaretic degree, 29th degree, now or never. You know, you might be feeling some pressure to get something done. So Pluto has been retrograde for a while. We've been in reflection. A lot of Pluto goes down into the underworld, goes to the shadow and brings something to the light. So there could be some revelations coming in. There could be some big ideas. It can also be where you've been reflecting on something for quite a while and now you're taking your power back, right? So Pluto brings change, transformations, endings, new beginnings, brings an evolutionary kind of energy, brings secrets to light. What is hidden is revealed, and it also focuses on, of course, wealth and power. So October 11th is when you might be supercharged to take some sort of action. So it's again a little bit of contradictory energy, because usually when we've got these big retrogrades, it is slowing us down. But because Pluto is direct, this is a big deal. It's the last time it's ever going to be in Capricorn, right? In November, it goes back to Aquarius, where it'll stay for 20 years. And so this can be, a time when instead of we're being calm and reflective, we're bursting forward and bursting free. So big breakthrough kind of moment for us all. So we've got a lot of contradictory energy going on. So, stay grounded, find your balance, right, Libra? It's going to be important to connect with nature. Venus, right, can go outside. Just try and find a little bit of space each day just for yourself, right? So that we can navigate this energy that we've got going on, with crazy things going on in the skies. But we will get through it. But very important time, collectively and individually, of change and transformation in our lives. So we're now going to pull some cards for each individual sign. Your sign is linked down below. If you do enjoy my content, do enjoy the video, please do quickly give it a like there. I truly appreciate that. It does help my video get seen, and it lets me know that you resonate with the readings as well. So check out your timestamps. If this is your shorter form version, then we're just going to get right into your sign right now. Thank you guys for watching. Hello there, Leo. Welcome to your solar eclipse in Libra reading. This can be very chit-chatty for you guys with this one. This is happening in your third house, ruled by Mercury. And it's all about communication, your thoughts, your technology, your devices. So some of you could be getting some new computers and new phones and new TVs and things like that, but it may be a little bit unexpected as to why. Okay. Eclipses can bring surge of energy, right? So you could have like a power surge or something and it blows out your computer. Just make sure that things are plugged into the right kind of sockets and things like that, and try and prevent that a little bit. But you could all of a sudden find the thing you've been saving for. You could find it on sale, and this could be pretty awesome for you guys. But your third house does have to do with your community, the people that are around you in your immediate neighborhoods. This can have to do with your social life there as well. So you could be getting more social invitations, that kind of thing. But you could be really having a look at and assessing who you do associate with. And are you still feeling connected with these people? Do you still feel that you have anything in common with them? And if not, maybe you're making some changes. You could be meeting new people at this time as well. But your perception, your outlook on things can be changing a little bit also. And it may be because you get some information that changes your perspective. It may be that you're, trying to put yourself in someone else's shoes and see things from their point of view there as well. But this can be a great, great energy for, wrapping up a creative project that you've maybe been working on. So maybe you've been working on that novel or that screenplay or something, or maybe you've been working on some memoirs or some family history or something like that. It could be something at work, right? And you've been working on a project for a while and now you're finally done and now you got a little bit of freedom. But by the same token, you could be starting new things. So think about the things that you use with your mind, right? So this can be great energy here for journaling. It can be great for writing down a vision of the future, that kind of thing, right? But it can also be good for giving presentations and things like that as well. So you could have some really good news that comes in around this eclipse also. So all about very chatty, very communicative in its energy. But you could be talking about some deep subjects here as well. right? And you could be making some very important decisions, you know, relationships in your life, partnerships, right? We're talking about stuff. We're either talking about stuff, we're resolving things, you know, or we're maybe putting an end to something, right? A little bit of a mixed bag with this eclipse. We do have some mystical energy coming in here for you. Ooh, mystical and magical. So this can be a great time for you to connect with the cosmos, all right? Great time for you, especially when the lines of communication are open, for meditation, to connect with the spiritual realm. Maybe you're inclined to connect with like angelic realm, whatever it happens to be. Those mystical and magical lines of communication are very much open. This is about embracing your personal magic here as well, right? Believing in yourself and knowing that you can create, you have the power to create the life that you want. And so you're thinking clearly with this, right? So, you know, it's really, really powerful connections that you've got going on. Very much that Mercury Cazimi that we've got on the 1st. You may get something between the 1st and the 2nd, whether it's insights, clarity, information, a spiritual download, whatever it happens to be. This can be incredibly powerful for you, of course, because where your eclipse is landing is ruled by Mercury. So this can be super interesting for you guys. All right. But some of you are looking to learn something there as well. So maybe you're, you know, wanting to learn about your spiritual self. Maybe you want to learn about angel numbers or numerology and things like that, right? So it's just something a little bit mystical, but it can be that there's just a little bit of magic in the air for you guys. And so we just never know what we're quite going to get. We have the Knight of Wands coming out there for you guys. First, we've got the Empress, beautiful. And we have the Three of Pentacles. Oh, now we'll start with the Empress because she is the overruling energy here. Threes are going to be very important for you guys, okay? Solar eclipse, new moon, endings from the past, breaking free, new beginnings coming in, okay? But your 3rd house is where this is happening. The Empress card is number 3, and you have the Three of Pentacles. So you've got 333 coming in here. So something is aligning for you, something is opening for you, something is creating for you. Now, the Empress card is Venus energy. And this brings an energy of, number 1, self-love, self-care. Take care of yourself, take care of your own needs, do something fun, do something that you want to do, right? Expand your mind, learn something, or, you know, just go and connect with the people that inspire you, right? But the Empress card is reminding you to take care of you. All right. We do have to take care of other people in our lives, but if you don't recharge your batteries and if you're not in a good place, then you can't be there for other people. The Empress card also does remind you to connect with nature, right? And especially where this eclipse is, you might feel all up in your head. So you want to get out of your head, or, you know, find a balance between your head and your heart. Okay. Empress card, very much about your heart. All right. But the Empress is also, yes, about connecting with nature, Mother Earth. It is also about new beginnings, love, romance, blossoming abundance in your life. It's a very creative energy. It's also focused on the things, the people, the connections that bring you pleasure, that bring you joy, and that fill your heart with wonderful happiness, right? So you could be meeting new people. You could be connecting with people. You could be seeing something come to fruition, especially with the Three of Pentacles here as well. You could have some help here also. You know, we do have, you know, people help other people, right? So you could have someone that is helping you. Maybe you're helping with other people. That Three of Pentacles is teamwork and collaboration, right? To see something come to fruition. So this can be a great time for partnerships of all kinds for you. The Three of Pentacles is very creative energy anyway, but you're seeing something happen. You're seeing the results. This is also an energy of either teaching and guiding and leading, or learning and getting help and support. So you could be in either of those roles there. But the Knight of Wands can be some really exciting energy there for you. The Knight of Wands can certainly be a person in your life that inspires you. They motivate you. They're fun to be around. They're, you know, they don't let anything hold them back. Knights are always on a quest, and the Knight of Wands is full of pets, that fiery energy, right? Filled with passion and fire, and a sense of adventure, right? And so it can be a very inspiring person, but also maybe sometimes a tiring person as well, because they just don't stop, right? But it can be a new connection coming in. It can be a new person coming in. It can be a new partner of some kind. This can also be someone where you are maybe hoping to grow a relationship with here as well. Now, the Knight of Wands, as far as love and romance goes, can mature into the King of Wands. But it just depends on the circumstance, right? So as far as love and romance goes, the Knight of Wands is like here for a good time, not a long time, right? And very fun time while they do stick around. But of course, if you are attracting new love and new beginnings into your life and talking to new people, right, then it starts with attraction. It starts with this chemistry, right? It starts with this, passionate new romance and all that kind of stuff. So, and we don't always know where it's going to go, but it's sometimes worth exploring, especially with the Empress there, because we can have a relationship that is blossoming, and it can be very exciting in this energy. But the Knight of Wands can also be you. You're bold, you're confident, you're brave, you're following your passion, you're doing the things that you love, you're getting out, you're meeting new people, you're creating the life that you want, and you're, doing whatever you need to do. You're going and you're having fun. It's an exciting time for you. So, embrace that inner fire, embrace that inner passion, because this is this creative, abundant time for you, for whatever it is that you want, right? The sky's the limit for you guys. And so I feel like you are going to get a little bit of clarity, if you've been missing that. But do pay attention to those threes. We've got the energy of three of them coming out, 333, third house, Empress, number 3, and the 3 of Pentacles. So very creative energy, and creation is the basis of manifestation. We have number 9. 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9. But anyway, I'm compassionate. It's your compassion that makes you shine. You're devoted to helping the greater good and have a strong talent for speaking up for others. Your soul is most satisfied when you are being of service. I am compassionate. And what did we already say? People helping people. And we have number 14, I am practical. You are open-minded and always up to try something new, yet you are wise enough to stop and think before you jump into things. This pragmatic approach helps ensure your time, attention, and efforts are meaningful. I am practical, right? And 3 of Pentacles, practical energy balancing out the fiery energy of that Knight of Wands. Interesting. I'm going to leave that there for you guys. Hope there was something here for you. So please like, share, subscribe. I hope you guys have a fantastic eclipse, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.